friends, and welcome to day 6 of Summerween. Today is that all-important day of vacation where you sit on the beach and do absolutely nothing. So here we are. There's the beach. There's a kid on a floaty back there somewhere. And today I'm going to read The Skin Was Once Mine by Eric LaRocca. This is a short story collection that I meant to read a story every day for Summerween, but there's actually only 4 stories in it, so I was like, oh, there's not one for every day. But then I did still mean to start it earlier in the week, but that's all I'm gonna be reading today is those 4 stories and reviewing those while lying on the beach for many hours. So as soon as I start reading, I'll give you an update. Sunburnt.
A little bit.
I applied sunscreen 7 times. Okay, the first story I'm giving, I think a 3.5 out of 5. It was about a woman kind of confronting her past trauma. Her father recently died and she went back to the house that they're at and learned some things. It was very long. It was like 100 pages and it was just okay for me.
To the place, a spot you from a ways. My heart, it started racing. The crowd across the way, flowers on your face, and then I'm from the 80s. Someone keeps blocking my way. I can't feel farther away. Wait on a moment to say that I want you. You know that I want you. Sudden gaze and time it started racing.
Hello, sorry, it's been a minute. A lot of people came to the beach and then I didn't want to vlog with like other people around, but I read the next 2 stories. Seedling, and it was actually felt similar, not maybe conceptually, but there were a lot of vibes that were similar from the first and second stories. This one was also about a character returning to like their family. One of their parents has passed and the other one, now they're dealing with stuff with them. It was very heavy in the body horror, that one, as was the third. I would say this is the most cohesive Eric LaRocca short story collection. Is this my 3rd or my 4th? But I think it goes in this order from bottom to best, like as in it feels like there is a clear theme and everything. I haven't read the 4th story yet, I guess, but right now there is definitely skin in every single story. It is about bodies. It is about puncturing. It's about wounds. It's about nasty things. I gave that second story a 4 and I gave the 3rd story a 5. So everyone is getting better. And now that means it can't continue because there's nothing more than a 5-star. But I've heard the last story is gnarly, but I also think it's the shortest. But the 3rd one, like I said, had to do with like body puncturing, like gory things to do with the human body. And it was a kind of cyclical story that I really like, kind of MLM vibes, cult vibes to be sure, and obsession and belonging. And it was interesting. I just took a nap, so I'm waking up. I'm trying to feel lively. The 3rd story was called All the Parts of You That Won't Easily Burn. And the 4th one that I'm gonna read right now is Prickle. And then I just need to check in on the Instagram challenge of the day because I do have some sunlight left to take a picture of whatever I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, it's post a picture of a book in nature. I think I took a I took a picture of this at the beach. Oh, thank goodness for that. I didn't want to go back outside. It's so hot. But maybe I've also taken some pictures throughout the week that could also fit for today. Anyway, I'll figure that out. And then challenge-wise, does this book fit for anything or is it just for fun? Read a Book in the Dark definitely didn't do that with this one. It is a horror. Night Sky, no. 5 words in the title, yes, but I already accomplished that. A book takes place in summer, I'm not sure. Where was it?
In the back seat of the driver's side. In the pouch.
It's so hot.
Yeah, it's hot in that vehicle.
Thank you.
The only reason I know is I sat on the seat and I heard the jingle.
The chugga chugga?
Yeah. Your naming is really helpful, actually.
I fell asleep again, and now the sun is setting, and I'm finally gonna read this. I think it's a mix of like obviously being in the sun, but also definitely about to get my period because I'm a little bitchy right now, and I want to eat everything in the house. I have eaten everything in the house. I got so annoyed. I couldn't find my chugga chugga or my tripod. And now I don't need it anyway because this is the only place that has light. And so I'm going to read the final story just sitting right here. Ready? Oh, hey. This one takes place in the summer, in June. So it does take something off. I'm glad that of all the stories, that's the one I recorded myself reading. Because I think that's the only one that made me actually feel something. Oh, okay, so how do I describe that story? Prickle is about 2 men kind of in like a game of dare. It reminded me a little bit of reading the first thing that I ever read from this author. Just the back and forth and what they did to these people one day in the park. Oh my, I liked it. That was fucked up. I'm gonna give that am I giving that a 5? Yeah, I guess I am. So overall, this is gonna end at, what's the math here? A 4.25? Okay, calculator. 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 divided by 4. Oh my God, I did, okay, that was easy math to be fair, but it is a 4.25. Hello? I'm in a group chat with my husband and my son. I'm asking my son what time he wants to be picked up. And I said, how about 10 a.m.? Rob responds, works for me. Rob, how is that helpful?
Oh.
Did you think Liam said that?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I know this was not the most exciting day of the vlog, and I don't know if tomorrow's gonna be any more so, but I'll give it my best effort. I'll see you then. Good morning, and welcome to the final day of summerween. I need to figure out this mop that I have on my head, and then I'm gonna start reading some things, or just one thing. I have read 6 books so far, and I'm gonna read a 7th today, and that's One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware. Because I did start it, I got 25% of the way in, and then I decided to order it. Well, actually I ordered it before I ordered it after the first couple chapters from Book of the Month, because I had a bunch of credits that I keep meaning to use, and so I ordered 3 things, and I thought it would get here on time, but it's not going to. I ordered that, I ordered a romance, and I ordered a book that's going to be one of the next Literally Dead book club picks. So let me know if you scour the Book of the Month website what you think it might be. My only issue is I bought it there, and so I don't have it, but the final photo prompt for Summerween is to show your final book that you're reading, and I don't have it. And I also don't have it on like as an ebook or anything. so I can't take a picture of my Kindle. Not that I know where my Kindle is, or do I have a Kindle? Yeah, I have a Kindle and I have a Kobo. I don't use them. But I am going into town later today for a dentist appointment for Liam, and maybe I'll just stop by the bookstore, grab some other things. I'm not going for no reason. But then just take a picture, like find One Perfect Couple on the shelves and take a picture of it, because I'm not going to fail the Instagram challenge. I have done it every day. And I also am not going to fail at doing a blackout bingo. I know that I'm not supposed to, like just hitting a bingo is good enough, but I'm so close to doing everything, I might as well. So that means today I have to listen to a Halloween playlist, I have to watch a scary movie, and I need to read a book with the night sky on the cover, which I do believe you could say One Perfect Couple has. The Halloween playlist I can't play for you because I'm just gonna find something on Spotify, but I'll do that as soon as I turn the camera off, or maybe while I'm driving into town. And then for a scary movie, I don't know. There's so many that I haven't seen. My number one priority, of course, is listening to One Perfect Couple. So the first chapter, you meet this woman and man, and they're in a relationship, and he is chasing like reality fame, or just fame in general. And he has this opportunity to be on a reality show, but the only way he can do it is if he has a partner. And so he convinces his girlfriend to go on with him. Her name's Lila, his name is Nico, and they don't seem like the most compatible pair. She is a scientist. She has a little more serious of a presence. I just can't tell at this point if we're supposed to root for them or not, because a lot of thriller books, and I want to say a lot of Ruth Ware, but I can't really remember at this moment, you're following like couples who aren't good for each other. One of them did something bad, or one of them died, or like something intense happens between them at the very beginning. I don't think she really has written, maybe I'm wrong, books about just like married couples throughout an entire book. And so that's why I'm interested in this, to see like what their dynamic is, and if going on this show and dealing with a storm, I think that's what the plot is, like a storm rolls in, but also there's a murderer among the cast, I think is the vibe. I want to see if it brings them together or rips them apart, because the goal of the reality show seems to be to test your relationship, and it's like the winner is going to be the couple who lasted the longest. There have been a few flash forwards of them being in a storm, just like talking over a radio, saying like, this is my name, this is the island that I'm on, come help us. I'm curious of like when that's gonna come into it, because right now it's just a lot of them getting to know the other cast members, getting to the island, her like dealing with her work, taking time off, not being like super satisfied with her science-y career as a researcher because things just aren't going perfectly for her. I like everything about it so far, and I'm excited for like the contests to really take off, because I read some reality show stuff and I don't know that I have found an incredible one yet. I hope this is that for me. And in the member spoiler vlog, I'm gonna film a clip for it right now talking about all of my theories and predictions. But I'll see you when I read a little bit more. So Liam and I went and spent the afternoon downtown. We got lunch. We went and got shaved ice. Well, actually, I got shaved ice. He got ice cream. And then we went to the bookstore. Oh, he also got a cup of chocolate-covered strawberries. It was a sugar fiend day. And then straight to the dentist. I'm sure they love that. I got 2 books. Obviously, I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. And I grabbed a novel love story by Ashley Poston. I have this one reserved from the library. And yes, I am like the 4th person in line, but when I saw it at the bookstore, I decided to just buy it anyway because I feel like I'm gonna love it. And The 7-Year Slip was one of my almost favorites. Well, it was one of my favorite romances last year, almost a 5-star. And I feel like a lot of people have been saying that, and then they didn't love this one as much. But since my romance tastes don't align with the popular opinion a lot of the time, I feel like my hopes are high. That doesn't have to do with thriller, mystery, or horror books, so we're not gonna talk about it anymore. We're gonna talk about One Perfect Couple. I reread the synopsis, and it talks about how they go through one competition on the show and then a storm happens. So that's not a spoiler for me to tell you. There was not enough reality TV in this. There's not enough competition for my tastes, and they are already trapped in the storm. So at this point, I'm like 50% through, and it's just a survival story. It's just a thriller. I don't think it's a mystery, which aligns with her last book as well. She's definitely seems to be going in more of a thriller direction than mystery, and my favorites from her have been the ones that mix it together, but 0 Days was my least favorite. How am I feeling about this? I like there's nothing wrong with it, but I just can't imagine 50 more % of the same thing. Like, I'm not tired of it yet, but I feel like if this is all it's going to be, is them talking about how hungry they are, them trying to figure out the food and water situation, it's just going to be really exhausting. So I'm curious if it's going to end up being anything else, or if the book is just going to end with their them being saved, or like whoever's left being saved. The casting process is very interesting, and the descriptions of filming the reality show have been a little bit confusing to me. The fact that they didn't do any camera tests is weird. Like, everyone else seems to be performing really well in front of the cameras, but our main character is super uncomfortable with that because she's never done it before. And I'm just like, why would they have even cast this couple if they didn't even see if they were good on camera? I also find it weird that they haven't mentioned anything about like mic packs. At one time she said, oh, I saw the boom mic out of the corner of my eye, and I had to start talking to the camera, or had to ignore the camera and the mic and just talk to Nico, which was really uncomfortable for me. And I was like, you have mic packs, like you're supposed to have mic packs on so you can get sound no matter where you are or what you're doing. But they were just saying that there's cameras in every room, and on some of the cameras, like, the mics aren't working. So I can't tell if this is just like a low budget, shitty, like your reality show doesn't actually exist, like there's gonna be some kind of, I don't know, reveal about it, or if the author just didn't want to include any of like the details that would typically be involved in going on a show. Like, beyond just saying, oh, I'm the host and there's gonna be a voiceover for this section, there was really nothing about storyline. There was nothing about how getting each person in a different place, like a room, and being on camera to talk directly to it about like what's happening, like a confessional kind of thing. There's been very little direction, but at this point it doesn't matter because the show's not even happening anymore. It's just they're trying to survive on this island, and people want to divvy up the things differently. People, obviously, like, you've cast a bunch of people who are good for TV, let's say. So perhaps they have certain personality traits that make them likely to argue or disagree or think that they're more important than someone else. So halfway through, I'm liking it, but I feel like I could lose interest very quickly. Someone needs to remind me when it's 36 degrees outside to not bother curling my hair, because like it's damp. Anyway, I'm 2/3 of the way in. I am a little tired of it. It's not that it's not interesting. It's not that things aren't happening. Like, we've got action moments. This is a thriller. It's a deadly storm, but it's just a lot of the same thing over and over again. And yes, there are books that I say were exhausting to read because the characters are going through something exhausting, and it's like putting yourself in the headspace of them, and it's a really tiring read. But there's a way that it can be fun, and this one isn't fun. It's just a lot of the same scenes over and over again, and it makes sense why, but I'm kind of over it. Not in a way that I'm like hating the book. I'm gonna give it like a 2-star, but I am tired of just talking about like feeling hungry and arguing a lot. And that's all I had to share with you before I finish it. Like, I literally have nothing else to say. I took no other notes besides spoilery ones. They are surviving. They're waiting to be rescued. They're hoping to be rescued. They have no contact with anybody. There's a lot of tension in the group. And that's that. Oh, also, I decided I'm gonna watch Sharknado because today is apparently the anniversary of it. It came out on this day. So thanks for Instagram for letting me know about that. I'm also filming a shark vlog right now, so I need to read a shark, or I need to watch a shark movie within it. So 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 sharks, 1 spear?
You slither like a serpent, slipping through the cracks we've yet to explore.
Sharknado. Where do I begin? Rob wouldn't watch it with me. He's already seen it. Did you like Sharknado?
No, it's terrible.
But it's also not supposed to be good. Like, it's supposed to be a joke. I don't even know where to begin. The CGI was crazy. The ADR was crazy. It was like nobody was talking. They would just like cut to a scenic scene and somebody would voice over like, we have to go over there. The use of the chainsaws and the sharks was wild. If you don't know what it's about, it's a shark tornado. I can't figure out if that was the best way to break up my time with my book or the worst way, because now I have to get back into it. I have an hour left of the audiobook if I listen to it on 2.5 to 3 times speed, which I am. If something starts to actually happen, then I'll slow it down and I'll pay attention. But right now it's just the same stuff over and over again. Back in a second with my final review. It's not going to be a 5, which is so disappointing because I had a 5-star in both of my other Summerween videos. I listened to a Halloween playlist that wasn't very good while I was driving with Liam. He didn't appreciate it, but I can't officially check everything off the bingo. Sorry, I didn't update you last night. I was just a little bit tired. I didn't really have much to say after I finished the book, and I was like, maybe if I wake up feeling refreshed, I'll have a great review to give. Fact is, I don't really. I'm giving it a 3, which bums me out a little bit because it's literally on its way to my house right now in the mail. But I guess I'll give it to my mom and maybe she'll be into it. And there's really just not much to say. Everything that I said at the halfway point, I felt through the entire latter half of the book. It was a survival story. It was exhausted people. It was starving people. It was trying to figure out who is in charge and if those people deserve to be in charge, and like taking matters into your own hands. And then it was all resolved. I don't think there's anything wrong with the book. I really there was nothing that made me like not recommend it to other people, because I have seen other people give it like 5 stars and people say this is like the best Ruth Ware that's been out in years, and people have been talking about like the twist at the end and that really worked for them, and I just don't think there really was a twist. There was an explanation of something, but I don't think it really impacted the story in my mind that much. You're rooting for certain characters and good things happen, bad things also happen. It was just a time. I'm not mad I read it. I'm really, really glad that we didn't pick it for a Literally Dead book club pick this year, because I don't know what I would talk about. So unfortunately, this is probably the least interesting vlog of the entire week, but at least I read something I really liked, and I will see you later for another video very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in this entire week of content, and everybody who's been reading and posting things for me to be entertained by, and that's it. Bye!